Yes, I can't really see that well. Who's in the courtroom? Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Yeah, Mr. Munoz and his clients for the plea, Judge.
Okay, well, we got the paperwork, so we're ready to do that. Um, I guess. Oh, Mr. Baker. Good afternoon, sir. Can you unmute yourself, please, Mr. Baker?
Yes.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are going to proceed. Let me get the plea out of the way, and then we will proceed with the compliance hearings. All right. So, Albert Salinas.
Yes, ma'am.
You got, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, sir. I'm going to ask you to please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may lower your hand.
In your honor, if Mr. King can share the screen, because I did not receive those documents.
I do not have a copy of those documents either. I will contact Karina and see if she can give me a copy of them.
See if I can do it. I just printed them for me. Let me see if I can do something about it. See if I can go to completed, and then I can maybe email them from there to you. Manage. Let's see. Completed. There's Austin Slack. Maybe I can see what that is. Oh yeah, no, that's just discovery acknowledgement. All right. Let me see if I need to get them from in progress.
Mr. Baker, this is an active courtroom. Please sit up. Remove your hat, please. Sit up straight, sir. Thank you.
I'm not seeing it in the. Maybe I'll check. Let me check Outlook. See if I can find them there. Um,
Allergies? Yeah. Working your ass over?
okay. Here we go.
Oh, whatchamacallit? Hold on,
All
but
right. Everyone, please stay muted. Please stay muted. See. Okay, not that one. Um, Unfortunately, you have to open them up to see what they are. Okay. Nope. 667-369. Six, 369. Six, 534.
Okay, looks like the clerk is going to forward it to me, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'm gonna stop looking for it, okay.
Yeah, I just got it too, Your Honor, so I can share my screen.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to where I was. Let me see, Zoom. All right. All right. Then we're ready to proceed on 670-534.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Yes,
so
Judge.
this is cause number 670534, the state of Texas versus Albert Salinas. Counsel, please make your announcements.
Jeff King on behalf of the state.
Renee Munoz on behalf of Albert Salinas.
All right, so are you Albert Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You've been charged with the offense of burglary of a vehicle as a second offense, as a Class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that, and you can see the document I am referring to on the screen, is from a up to 1 year in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $4,000. You see that, Mr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to, and this is, you recognize this document as one that you reviewed with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to go to page 2 where it says defendant's signature. Did you sign that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by signing that document, you're waiving your right to a jury trial, your
Yes,
right
ma'am.
to remain silent, as well as all those other rights listed in that document?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but then later on you change your mind and you want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that, but I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And according to your waiver, you're going to enter a plea of no contest. Do you understand that if you plead no contest to this offense, I can still find you guilty of this offense? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Munoz, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Salinas?
I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charge?
In my opinion, he does.
Has he been able to assist you in his defense?
He has.
All right. I approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, there is. We are asking for a $0 fine, court cost, 1 day in Bexar County, time and money to run concurrently, credit for time served. He already has 1 day, Your Honor. So JSAT basically.
Okay. Mr. Munoz, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Judge.
All right. I will follow the agreement. I am going to assess a $0 fine plus court costs, sentence you to 1 day Bexar County Jail. You will get credit for time served. The time and money run concurrently, so the court finds that your judgment is satisfied. However, I did not ask you, what is your plea to the charge?
No contest.
Okay, is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
I accept your plea. Is there anything further from defense?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Salinas, I have followed your agreement, sir. That means you do not have a right to appeal. I am going to adjourn this hearing. I want to wish you the best of luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe be
Thank you,
excused for this
Mr.
afternoon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Munoz.
Thank you, Judge.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye. All right. Now, we are here. Mr. Porter, good afternoon. Can you tell me who you're here
Hi,
on
Judge.
today?
Judge, I apologize. I was supposed to be here for the morning docket. I was caught in the 144th all morning long.
Oh, I
Um,
understand.
Darlene Mann, she's on page 3.
Okay. All right, and I think she was here, Darlene. I'm not sure. She's not here right now, right? I don't think
No,
she
no,
is.
Your Honor,
Okay.
she's not. I know she's got a felon. She's got a felony pending, and that's set for February the 16th.
Oh, okay. All right, then we will just reset this. It's set for February 16. If I reset this to February 16, do you think that'll work out?
I'm praying it does, Judge.
And you're the attorney on the felony, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know what? I'll give you a little extra time. Why don't I do that? How about March the 1st?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. That way there'll be more possibility of getting it all worked out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Porter. You have nothing else before us today, right?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, you have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Freilich?
Hi, Judge. I'm doing 2 Zooms at once. So,
Okay. You want me to come back to you?
no, it's good. I have Enoch Karut.
Okay. Yes, and so what you're here on today is basically I have a violation report on Mr. Caruth. And
Judge, I regret to say I've had no contact with Mr. Karut since he's been released from custody.
okay, well, he's never reported to pretrial, and so he is not here, right? Okay. Well, I continued him on bond with the same conditions of special needs unit with 15 days to comply. I guess if I will get another violation report. So at that point in time, I'm just going to have to do a bond forfeiture. So there's a little bit of advance notice there, unless
Judge,
things are different.
If I do hear from him, I will certainly let the court know, and I will bring him into his room.
Okay, but since I have Ms. Montemayor and Mr. Palacios here, do you all have any input about this? I don't know which one of you is here on Mr. Caruth.
I'm his pretrial officer, Your
Okay.
Honor, and I haven't had any contact with him. I did get a call from Haven for Hope about 3 weeks ago,
Yes.
and they were going to assist him with calling me, and that didn't pan out. They weren't able to get a hold of him to have him call, and then I reviewed the Haven for Hope system, and he hasn't had services there since the 23rd.
Okay.
But
Well, it's basically he's homeless. It sounds like, right?
yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. I mean, I have a little bit of a conflict issuing a warrant, but sometimes it seems like that's the only way to get them back into court. So I actually signed this on December 29th, so I'll be getting another violation report from pretrial pretty soon. So then I'll have to. I imagine I'm going to go ahead and issue a warrant because it's important that we get him involved with special needs. So, all right. Well, thank you, Mr. Palacios. I appreciate that. Okay, so let me see. I have another compliance hearing on Mr. Austin Slack. Ms. Montemayor is here on that, right?
Good
Yes,
afternoon.
Judge.
Okay, and Mr. Montoya, you're the attorney for Mr. Slack?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I was able to get a hold of my client yesterday. I thought this was going to be a plea, and he texted me. But this morning, I tried several times. I texted him, I phoned him, I sent them an email and I did not get a response.
Yeah. Well, I know that one of the ADAs was feeling pretty secure about getting this resolved.
Yes, in fact, they sent me the paperwork this afternoon, Judge, and I was able to fill it out,
Right.
but I have not gotten a hold of Mr. Slack.
Yeah. Well, he really, see, he was originally arrested October 1,
Yes, Your Honor.
and then he has a court date, February 7,
Yes, ma'am.
but apparently he did get the ignition interlock, but he
He
has
just-
not calibrated.
He's not, yes, ma'am. He didn't calibrate it yet.
So I gave him, let's see, how much time? I said continue with drug alcohol testing random, and then also no alcohol use random and ignition interlock order with 10 days to calibrate. This was
Yes, Your Honor.
signed the 29th, so that deadline's coming up pretty soon. And but you have at least had some contact with him, right?
Yes, Judge. So yes, back yesterday, last night,
Okay.
just to confirm the Zoom hearing today. And he texted me, he said he got the Zoom invite, but nothing after that.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what happened, but I'll be getting another violation report pretty soon, so I'll have to decide what to do. And the reason I do these compliance hearings is because, you know, this pandemic has resulted in really poor communication. So I'm not always sure that people understand that this is what is keeping them out of jail. So I want to, you know, make sure that they understand why it's important to follow the conditions. So, Ms. Montoya, do you have anything additional to offer or add to
No,
this?
Judge, just that if my client does get the sign off on the plea agreement, I'll let the court know we can take a plea
Okay.
before the 7th.
And I'm sorry, I misspoke. I meant to say Ms. Montemayor. So, do you have anything you want to add to this?
No, Your Honor.
The only thing, Judge, is yeah, it is sometimes hard to get in contact with Mr. Slack. I do send him a lot of text message reminders because sometimes when I call him, the line's either busy, he doesn't answer, I'll leave him voicemails. But it is sometimes hard to get in contact with Mr. Slack.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're just going to wait and see. That I'll be getting another VR pretty soon, so we'll see where we are at that point in time. Okay? So do you get copies of these violation reports, Mr. Montoya?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, good. So then we'll both be on the same page. All right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Montoya. I appreciate your being here. Now, I know he was
Thank you,
here
Honor.
this morning, wasn't he?
I thought he was, Judge, but I didn't see him on the Zoom.
I marked him present, I thought. I thought I saw him. Let me see. Maybe he misunderstood. Maybe he thought since, let's see, here we go. No, I didn't mark him present. Okay. I'm thinking of somebody else, I guess. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Montoya. I appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Judge.
Thank
Thank you.
Ms.
I'm going to
Montoya.
be excused, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so and I have Mr. Baker here, and I did not print out that one, but I think that was quite a lengthy one. Who is here on Mr. Baker? Was it?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let me see if I can find that because it seems to me I recall there were like 4 things that were a problem in your case. Is he still pretrial or is he on probation?
I'm on
Mr.
probation.
Richardson? You're on probation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's probably, do you happen to have the last supplemental report on Mr. Baker? I know I printed it out, but I did not put it away.
What's his case number? I don't even have him.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, Judge,
Yes, sir.
can I'm asking, am I in a violation or something?
Yes, sir. I got a report that you had not been complying with the things you were required to do. That may have been a motion to revoke, and I don't have a copy of it. I know I printed it out. So basically, the reason I like to have these hearings is because I don't want to jump to conclusions, and maybe there's a good reason that
That-
things are not the way they're supposed to be, right?
Yeah, there is. On my behalf, I
Okay,
suffered
so you do have a lawyer? No, you're on probation. Okay, you suffered a what, sir?
a knee injury. I have working. I know it was lengthy. Before that, I was at Haven for Hope. I didn't really have income. I was going through the processes at Haven for Hope, which was a lot to even try and get a job, which they had a process. After I was on probation, I was still staying there. I stayed at Haven for Hope until like, I want to say last May.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't working. I had a lot of classes and stuff like that, and there was in the process that they had, it wasn't where they was getting me to where I would work. I did end up getting a job for Haven for Hope. I was living on my own. I injured my knee. It was only like maybe a month or two that I worked. I was working through a building and roofing company. I injured my knee playing basketball. I was literally on crutches for like 2 months. I know my prior, because my probation officer changed, I had a Martha Arena and she documented everything. I gave all the paperwork to her. I was complying with it. I know I'm behind in the parts that I have to say that's my negligence is the classes, because once again, if and the part where I'm not going to say is under like not my fault, but somewhat understandable is you have to pay for those classes. And when I was working at Belden, I would be up at like 4 o'clock to get home around 7. And that's not making excuses enough. Like, but my days they were pretty long days. I did have the weekends. That's why I say I'll take accountability on it. I did, but I had, like, the other part was I had just really got my own place. So I was, that's where most of my money went. But I did make a payment to my fees at least. I've currently paid off 3 of them. I only owe like $1,011, and I'm trying to get concurrent with the classes and community service. But until like I couldn't go back to the Belden company. Currently, I'm working at Toyota because it's strenuous, and I literally, like, I blew my knee out. I haven't been to for the soft tissue because I don't have insurance. What's in the files is that I had bad knee pains, but I'll go to any doctor to get it. I'm trying to get to that to figure out if I need a surgery or not. And I'm not gonna sit here and I would have wasted a job I was making $18 an hour. I wasn't ducking or nothing like that. I couldn't get back in. That's what they was waiting on me to do. Because I injured myself off of company time, I had to come out of pocket for it. And for MRIs, like almost $5,000, and the copay is only so much. That's why I don't have that documentation. But I went to the hospital the night of it. I think it was end of July, early August. Uh,
So
I,
really, the reason that I wanted you to appear is so, you know, from the report, you're headed in the wrong direction because probation is there to actually help you. I mean, if you have any questions, you need to stay in touch with them. And I didn't pull up a copy of the paperwork that I read. Did you get a chance to get that, Mr. Richardson? Did you find that?
Yes,
Judge,
Judge, I,
I'm,
One second, Mr. Baker.
I sent it to your email. You should have
Oh,
it.
you did send it to me? Okay, let me see if I can pull it up. So did you send it through Outlook?
I sent it to your Bear County email.
Okay, let me see if I can, I'd like to pull it up so I can refer to it. But we're not really having a hearing on a motion to revoke right now. All I want to do is make sure that we're all on the same page because I don't want any misunderstandings or miscommunications to, get you make you end up in a bad place. But
no,
I
can I,
think
can I,
knowledge is power, when you understand what you're facing and you try to deal with it. I just feel like that's the best way we can do that. Let me see
Judge,
if I have it here.
Judge,
One
can I
second.
say something?
One second, sir. Hold on. Okay, it's a supplemental report. All right. Now okay. Okay, so one of 13 pages, so that's pretty long. And I guess there's several cause numbers is what I remember. Okay, where are you living now, Mr. Baker?
With my mom.
Okay.
Can I say something though?
Well, actually, you know what? You're entitled to a lawyer, sir. Really, I just wanted to get your attention because
And,
I would
and
like it, if there's anything we can do to avoid,
that's what I'm trying to.
going
That's
down
what I'm
that
trying to
road.
tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know why they changed my previous probation officer, Martha Rena. I would like to, if necessary, if we can talk all together again,
Okay.
and if that's in the report.
I'm looking
I'll-
at the supplemental report, and it's not as bad as I
and that's
thought. Okay, so you paid off your fees in full, December 20th, and it says you work full time for Toyota, making $16 an hour on the assembly line, but you no longer have that. Is that right?
no, I still have that job.
Oh,
Can I
okay,
can I
great.
please can I please talk?
Well,
Uh,
sir, I don't want you to say anything that's going to be against
oh,
you.
I'm not. I'm just going to tell the truth.
All right.
I don't think I'm in a bad direction. Uh, from all the way back to Haven from Hope, and I'll get the documentation. To now, you won't find anyone besides my current probation officer. And I've even when I talked to the supervisor, because I think that's really what it's about. Because I told her, I was like, I work a lot of hours. My knee is still recovering. Like one knee is literally, one leg is smaller than my other leg. I know I blew my leg out. It was during basketball. I know it. I couldn't. Here's my questions. They're in my mom. They're right here. I'm not lying to you. I am going to go through, and I'm hoping through Toyota. They have a little bit better benefits as far as like a medical package, that because I'm gonna have to be able to walk. I can show you my leg right now. I can't even straighten my leg, my left leg, the same as my right. That's a big indicator that I tore a ligament. I'll show you.
No, that's okay, Mr. Baker. Look, I
And
just,
I,
I just want to give you a heads up,
I appreciate.
basically, and I just don't, I don't want us to end up, what happened, actually, I'm looking at the paperwork, and we ended up extending you on your probation.
Right. And most
So,
of that's because of the most of that is really because the lack of funds to take care of what I needed because I wasn't working because of the injury. The other part I was gonna say was I think a lot of it also came because I was trying to ask my probation officer if I could just pay off my community service. I'll pay it. I'm working. And he made a big to do. He said, "Well, what's in the paperwork?" So I even called my previous probation officer and had her read it. And she says, "Well, it doesn't say you can't technically." So I called his supervisor, and I was like, "I'm not making a big deal about him. Like, I think I'm not here to say because I know you probably hear, oh, well, he has something out for me, but he definitely has bad communication issues. Like I'll be trying to explain to him and he belittles me. He makes me feel some kind of way. And I just have to end the conversation so it doesn't escalate into anything else. And he doesn't really listen to what I'm saying to him. It's like he's just drilling me on it. And the only negligence that I say is like I haven't really managed my time the best, but that's due to I didn't have funds. I was really injured.
yeah.
And I know on it says knee pains, but there was no walking without crutches. There was no, I was back in 2 or 3 weeks. I was literally on crutches for 2 months. I have a permanent limp in my walk. My knee is not the same. I was making $18 at Belden. I was a roofer. I can't do that job no more. And they won't even, you could talk to them and they said the only way is that I'm medically cleared to be 100%. I tried to go back and I was still under Martha Rena. I tried to go back after a month initially and I heard a pop and, I understand. I didn't sue their company or nothing like that. And they was like, man, you're not right. And the reason why the insurance doesn't cover me is because I initially did it playing basketball. Yeah. So it was a pre-existing injury. And an MRI, I've already looked. I can't afford an MRI. Right. They're like $5,000.
So, Mr. Baker, we're not really having a hearing. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. I'm going to read to you what the supplemental report says. To date, probationer has not completed anger management class and life skills class.
Right.
And refuses to answer community supervising officer's requests for when he plans to complete them. He failed to submit for drug testing as directed in November, and his August 6, 2021 and May 27, 2021 drug tests were negative. So there you go. You have had negative drug tests, which is.
What do you mean I've had negative drug tests?
Well, that you're not doing drugs. That's what it means.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought that meant that I was.
Right?
I thought that was. Oh, okay. I was like, whoa.
They're saying good things about you too. Obviously, they wanted to extend it because they want to help you complete this successfully.
Right. I think I can finish it before February 10th. That's when I get off, and that's what I'm pushing for.
Extended. This is extended for 6 months, and if you were supposed to end it on February.
Well, my understanding was if I finished my classes in community service and fees before the 6 months or before my initial deadline, that I would still get off.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm not. I don't know.
I'm kind of asking though. Maybe I misinterpreted.
Yeah.
Also.
Well, because you have somebody supervising you, you need to ask that person. Okay.
Right, and that's my next.
I'm mostly worried about you're finishing anger management, life skills, and you did your community service restitution, right? Is that
No,
what
I haven't.
Okay. 60
I haven't.
hours. Okay, so you have time to get this all done.
Right.
I just want to impress on you that we want you to succeed, Mr. Baker.
I'm definitely there's not the I'm not I'll say this. I hold myself accountable as far as the management of my time. I do have, real reasons why. It wasn't that I was just sitting around doing nothing. It wasn't the drug test. It did slip from. I thought I had more time than what I had. That's why I say I hold myself accountable on not managing my time. But I'm not out here just like I don't have any responsibilities or requirements. I've been under, huh?
The fact that they asked that you be extended, and it's to August of this year, is because they believe that you will actually comply and complete what you need to do.
Yeah.
So it's actually a favorable kind of request, because they want to give you a chance to make sure that you comply with everything so that you can be successful at this. And the reason we have these programs is because, life skills, that's a very important program. It really is helpful. So we want to empower you, sir, so that you can be successful in life and not have to be back in court on these kinds of things in the future. That's all. So
I would.
it's not a punishment, so.
Would one thing that I would definitely like to ask if it would be possible just to pay off the community service instead of having to.
Well,
I'll pay it. Is there a way that I could just pay all six? It's like $450 at $750.
There is a value to doing the community service hours, because that's an investment in your community. It's an investment in our city. These are things that make us better citizens and participants in, public service. So that's the whole point of community service hours. But if you need to talk it over with your supervising officer and see if you can.
His supervisor said that possibly we could write to the initial judge, or I don't know if that would be you, and see why not if I could just pay it. That's what one thing that me and her have talked about.
Right.
She's like, I don't.
Everything we do in this court is in writing, because I'm not going to remember this conversation tomorrow. Right.
Right. You do.
So it has to be documented, right? If
just talk to them first.
It seems to me that you're not in a bad place. I just
I'm
remembered
not.
You have apparently 3 or 4 cases and that you're doing probation on, and
Right.
You were extended, and so you just need to finish those three things: anger management, life skills, and then your community service. Get that resolved somehow. If you go to school, if you take classes or something like that, we can give you credit for those, for the class credits you get. This is all to help you, to empower you, so that you can do well.
School is kind of, I work 12 hours Monday through Saturday. School is not I can't.
Not an option. Okay, well, all right. So get at least these two courses: anger management and life skills. Those
Right.
are really valuable. So, okay. So,
Yeah.
so basically, you should be going away feeling better about this, because as it turns out, your supervising officer feels that you can be successful at it, and that's why he requested this extension.
I'm not doing this to argue with you, but I definitely I've talked to individuals about it. I know there's something else, because I've never had any of this with my previous. If you were to talk to Miss Martha Rena, she'll tell you I am not the same person that I was before when I got arrested.
Okay.
And on the first meeting, she's like, "You don't even look like how you look." I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
I
That's
was just,
good.
I was really in a bad place. We was, we
So
definitely were
you
on the
have,
same page. Uh, I personally feel like this happened. I understand, yeah, they did extend me. Nonetheless, I know most of the reason why they extend me is because of the documentation of why. I wasn't negligent any time before. They
okay.
know why I never paid anything, why I was at Haven for Hope, but I didn't. They, you have to be, unless you're working, right? But to even get to a point where they're working, you have to be at that point in their curriculum.
Yeah.
They have to allow you to be able to go, okay, well, because I was through pretrial and all that. So I had to adhere to how their process was.
Right.
So for me to pay fees when I first got on probation was, well, how am I doing that? I stay in a homeless shelter on top of the fact that I don't have an income or social income. I don't have no social security. Like my income was what I would work, right? So I was already behind, which I told, and everything was documented. So the point when I didn't start working until like really May. Uh I went on my own May. I've been out of Haven Hope since like the end of May. I really literally worked that job at Belden for maybe like 2 months at the max. And it's not me. I was employed longer. The injury happened. So
Everything I'm hearing you say is that you have been trying to do your best,
right.
and things have happened that have, set you back
And
a little bit. But the fact is, you're still in good standing with the
right, right,
probation. So
right.
basically, the only thing that I now realize is
Well,
we want you to complete the anger management and life skills
right.
courses.
And I'm not trying to get that's even what I was trying to tell my probation, Michael Sadell.
Mm-hmm.
He kept when he put in there talking about I won't give him an answer. I'm like,
Right,
I'm trying to explain to you. You won't even listen to what I'm saying. You're
right.
just saying, "Oh, well, you've had all this time." I'm like, but you're not even. Everything's documented.
Right.
Everything's documented.
So basically, you had some tough things
And I'm
happen
not,
to you,
I'm
right?
right.
So,
I'm not even asking.
okay,
I told him in the beginning. I also told his supervisor, I said, I hold myself accountable, right?
right,
Because maybe I could have donated plasma and
okay,
paid some of my fees that way, right? I could have made something happen. So the misappropriation of time, I own that,
yeah.
right?
Well,
But
it doesn't really sound like you misused your time because things happened that were beyond your control.
it,
But I guess really what I want to hear you say, Mr. Baker, is that, yeah, you're going to go ahead
oh yeah,
and
I am.
make
I'm
us,
trying to get off.
yeah,
I
if
don't
it,
want to be on no more. I'm ready. I understand what I need to do.
right,
I am in the process of doing everything humanly possible to get everything done by. I'm still trying to push. I'm hoping if I interpret it correctly, that if I finish before uh February 10th, that I can still be off. I'm ready to. It's been a long process, and I'm ready to just relax a little bit and just work and come home and not have any other obligations and not, just get him to that routine of that. And
well, that's a
I'm
good goal.
pushing for it.
Yeah,
I,
that's a
I
good
am.
goal. Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Baker. I'm glad we had this little communication because I understand where you're coming from, and I'm also hearing that you are willing to do what you need to do to complete this successfully. And I want to congratulate you. When I saw this, it's all those, it's probably 13 pages of information, and a lot of it is repetitive. So that's the
Right.
reason. But, sir, can I finish talking? Uh, Basically, the reason I wanted to have you come in is I want us to be able to communicate with each other. I have been listening to you, okay? But I want you to also listen to me, okay? I just really think communication is a very important tool that we all are not really getting the most out of these days. Okay, so I want to hear what you have to say, obviously, but I want you to hear what I'm saying too. It's for your best interest to successfully complete this. So this is a very important court, the misdemeanor court, because you can learn some good life lessons and change your path so that if you were not fully aware of things that can get you in a problem, then now you are, right? Knowledge is power. So that's really what I want you to take away from this. At my age, I'm still learning new things every day because you just never get to a point where you know enough, quite frankly. There's always life circumstances that pose new issues, and if you are not aware of potential consequences or deficits in your experience, then you're not going to get the best outcome. So that the more you know, the better off you are. That's as simple as I can put it. Okay? So, and that goes for me. That goes for all of us. So, okay. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Then you have a great afternoon, and
You too.
there's nothing else to do about this. We had our little chat, and I hope that we do understand each other. I certainly am accepting what you said because
Yeah, no, I know what I need to. I'm not. I feel like intelligent people. The first thing an intelligent person will tell you first is they don't know everything. So I don't know everything, but I'm pretty
none of us
confident.
does.
Right. I'm pretty confident in at the capacity at a capacity to understand what's required of me, what my obligations are. I'm in no way ducking them. I don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shock to me. But you said it's a lot of repetitiveness, and it's all documented. That's what I can fall back on. I know I haven't been outside the guidelines. I'm confident that I know there's some things I need to tighten up on as far as meeting the requirements. And I I am putting in motion to fully meet those requirements. So it's kind of a shock that part was like, I have not stepped a toe out of the guidelines. Right. All I've had is praise. It's like, just stay to it. So that part is kind of wild, but it's not nothing.
Well, I tell you what, I don't always grant these extensions unless I really think it's going to help. Because
I appreciate
I don't want to waste people's time. But these couple of classes, I think they really are valuable, and I think that all of us are better off when we have opportunities to, life skills is pretty important, and even at my age, I know there's stuff I can still learn. So, it helps us handle problems in life better. So, and you are very articulate. I do understand what you're saying, and I do accept it, okay? So thank you for being here, and thank you for listening to me.
Right.
Best of luck to you, okay?
You too. Thank you. Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank you. You too. Okay. Mr. Aleman, good afternoon, sir. Can you unmute yourself, please, Mr. Aleman? Oh,
yes, ma'am.
So you were here. You had Mr. George
Granata. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, and so you know what? I don't remember. Was he here? I didn't mark him present.
Yes, he was here.
Yeah,
he was there
here.
for a whole. He showed up in person at 8:30.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Because I remember him. That's how I saw that you were on the docket, because I asked him who his attorney was. So,
I wasted my whole about 5 hours this morning on did not earn a penny.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I could do this. I could do this if I could go up in court instead of having to by Zoom. I could do everything in 90 minutes instead of wasting 5 hours
Yeah?
waiting for.
Well, you weren't waiting for our Zoom, right?
No, I never made it here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a double-edged sword, right? You're actually getting stuff done, but it's also very difficult because time management is a real problem. So, but
Plus, it takes forever for the court to pay us.
oh, really? Yeah. Well,
Yes, it takes us. Like they ask, like we want to stall for time. I don't want to stall. We're not getting paid. Even when we finally finish a case, it takes us 6 weeks to be paid.
right. No, I fully can relate to that. I was a defense attorney for 16 years or so, so I've been there. But we try to sign our vouchers like the same day you submit them. So
Anyway, did you reset? Did you give him a reset? What happened to Mr. Granata?
yes, I did reset it to February 16.
February 16th. Let me mark that down.
Okay.
All right. If they would teach me Braille, I could do a lot better. They won't teach me Braille. They say it's too hard to learn. I tell them, look, I learned that when I was a 9-year-old altar boy. What makes me can learn Braille? All right, February 16th.
Correct.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Yes, sir. You have a good afternoon, and I hope you get paid faster. You take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. Ms. Montemayor, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. I think that that's all the compliance hearings.
No, ma'am. You're waiting for me, Richard Moniz.
Okay, Mr. Muniz. Okay. We're here on your case too. All right. I did not. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Okay. I don't remember if I. Oh yeah, here we go. It's set for today at 1:30. Okay. Now it's a first violation report. Why did I?
Ma'am, I don't know why they gave me a violation when I was complying. I got the interlock affidavit stating that I'm a non-driver, and I got that notarized on the 7th of December, and I turned it into my attorney. It's not my fault my attorney did not give it to the courts.
Yes. Okay.
So I've been in compliance. The attorney that assigned me was not in compliance.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate your telling me that because I have this violation, and it's a first violation report, but it is a second DWI. And so you were released November 18. Your court isn't until January 18. But here we are, we are in January already. So I am happy to hear that. So basically, what you need is an order changing the condition from ignition interlock to ETG or a portable alcohol monitoring device.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to write that here. ETG is a very good thing, but you have to go for a UA twice a week, like Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay.
But the portable alcohol monitoring device is something you can carry with you and use at home also. So do you have any kind of a idea which would be better?
The portable monitoring device, because since I can't drive, it's going to be hard for me to go take UAs.
Okay. Well, see, the thing is, for a second DWI, the law is pretty clear that we need to have something I really normally use, okay, so you don't have a car, so how are you going to go? You're going to need to drive to take UAs or what?
Well, I would have to go. I would have to get a ride all the time to go take the UAs.
Okay. All right. So are you working?
No, ma'am, I'm on disability.
Oh, okay. All right. Then that sounds reasonable to do the portable alcohol monitoring device. So I like the Smart Start Mobile. Do you have any idea what that is?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay, basically, it does like instantaneous reporting or calculations. It's actually like an ankle monitor. So, would you have a problem with that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let's do that then, because I think that would be complying more with what the requirements for a second are.
Okay.
And, try that for, a couple of months, 3 months, and if it doesn't work out, ask your attorney to submit a motion to amend the conditions, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order that, the Smart Start Mobile. All right. Well, thank you for your patience, Mr. Muniz. I'm glad that you did show up, and it's important that we keep, on the same page on this, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, sir. All right.
Hi, Judge. I'm sorry, Judge. I'm his pretrial officer. I just wanted to be sure that I would be getting some court orders later on today regarding this.
Right. Well, so his attorney is not here, Ms. Petrashek. And I need an order submitted so I can sign it. Can you all contact her and ask her to submit that?
What is that you need submitted, ma'am?
I need an order to make a difference on this.
Make an order.
Yeah, because we do everything in writing so that we can have it documented. And my just saying that I'm going to substitute the Smart Start Mobile instead of the ignition interlock is not going to get us anywhere, because I need it in writing. So I need your attorney to submit an order saying that we're going to remove the ignition interlock and substitute the Smart Start Mobile.
Smart Start Mobile.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Miss Montemayor, has my attorney ever contacted you?
She actually did email me last week, sir, regarding your affidavit. I did receive that.
Okay. I was just making sure because she told me she was going to, and I don't know if she's too busy or I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, unfortunately, the lawyers are super busy right now. We're trying to catch up for all the downtime we had during this pandemic. That's the reality. Everybody's working very hard, including pre-trial and the courts. So it's unfortunate, but that's just where we are these days. Nobody, is happy with the situation, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yes, ma'am.
So, but thank you for coming in and having your say. You do have an attorney, and you do have a right to have that attorney come and advocate on your behalf.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to, I guess I'll just send an email to her that I need this order.
Okay, that'd be
I'd like
great.
to have it sooner than later, okay? All right. Thank you, Mr. Munoz, for your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have a good afternoon.
You too. Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too. Ms. Montemayor, thank you so much for being here. It's very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, you have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
So, Ms. Macias, I see that you've been here for a while, and we did have some compliance hearings, and I think you were here during those, right?
Yes, Your Honor, I went in the Zoom at 1:30.
Yes. So did you need to add anything on any of the ones that we heard, or was there some other one that I am not aware that I had scheduled?
It was for Jamie Walker, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can pull that up. So I went to my calendar and I pulled up the ones that I thought I had scheduled for today. Oh, there's Miss Petrashik. Okay, good. And good afternoon, Miss Petrashik. I'll be with you in just a second, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Let me get over to Outlook and see if I can pull up Jamie Walker.
You need the case, Judge?
Yes, please.
Gonna be 666
Okay.
610. So 66 66
610. Okay, got it. Let me see if I can pull it up.
And I just sent it to you again.
Oh, thank you. Okay, great. All right, let me go ahead and get that printed. I'm still handicapped by the fact that I read things much better in hard copy. I think it actually takes some skills to learn how to read stuff from the computer screen. Okay. Okay. Okay, I pulled up a second violation report, and that was dated December 26. And I said continue with weekly drug alcohol testing, weekly no alcohol use, and ignition interlock. All right, so is Jamie Walker here? Jamie Walker, are you here? Okay. So, yeah, I can see why I needed to have this addressed. He's had a couple of high BACs and BRAC readings.
And I did speak to her judge earlier today, letting her know about her compliance hearing today.
Okay. And so she didn't show up. Okay. Well, is she in a place where she doesn't have access to a computer? I mean, some people have a hard time because their phones don't accommodate it. Do you happen to know that?
I know when I spoke to her earlier, she stated that she received a new phone and she was having trouble with her email to access. I did tell her to try to see maybe she can reset her password for her email. That's it, Your Honor. I told her if she has any other questions to give me a call back, and she hasn't called back, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm looking at is the most recent violation report December 22nd? Or is there one later than that? That's it, right?
No, this is the most recent, Your Honor, that second violation report.
Okay. Well, I mean, I really hate to do a bond forfeiture or issue a warrant, but I'll give her one more chance. I'll go ahead and reset this for the 11th of January. Who's her attorney? Gammon Gwynn. Oh, okay. He's actually having surgery, so we'll have to get somebody else to take over. So I'm going to reset it to January 13. That way there'll be enough time for communication.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Macias. You've been so patient. I appreciate it.
Am I
And
excused, Your Honor?
you are, and we'll come back at 1:30 on the 13th, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, you too. Okay.
Judge, do you still need the state to be a part of the compliance hearings, or may the state be excused?
Oh, the state may be excused. I'm sorry.
Wait, I need the state for something.
Oh, okay, Miss Russell's here. Okay. Okay, Miss Russell, what are you here on?
Judge, I'm here on something I emailed you and the state on over the holidays. Give me just a moment.
Okay.
It's Raul Zepeda, and I sent everyone an email on December 22nd. Mr. Zepeda was an MTR that you sentenced to GPS, and we had a problem getting the order before Thanksgiving. And so once the order got there to the GPS office
my
after
God.
Thanksgiving,
That case still? Is that the
unfortunately, Judge, because no one let me know whenever the order got submitted to GPS again. And when I called them, they said that the order had expired again and they wouldn't allow my client come in.
Oh, that's been okay. So I want to ask you to confer with the state and see if we can do something different, because that's really convoluted the way we have to do that. Because he's going to be on work release, right? But he's actually technically incarcerated, and the clerk didn't know what to do with it, quite frankly. And if the clerk doesn't know what to do with it, I definitely don't. They know the technical stuff about it. So, yeah, maybe we can work something out that'll be much smoother and faster.
Would
So-
anyone, well, let me talk to the state about maybe doing the Bear Gives Back program.
Okay, yeah, that could work too. Okay, all right, so you will be getting a breakout room momentarily, and that way you can talk to one of the ADAs, okay?
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Judge, we need an invite to the breakout room as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize Aleda wasn't there. Let me go ahead and do it. Okay.
I did, yeah, Judge. I
You
just
did
did,
it?
sorry.
Oh, okay, great, thanks. Okay.
Judge, I saw a note on my screen. Sorry about that. I had to step away for a moment.
In the middle of something. I'll be there with you in a second. All right. Okay, Ms. Petrashek, we just finished with Mr. Richard Muniz. And he just left right before you got here. So basically it was a compliance hearing because according to pretrial, he had not enrolled in the ignition interlock order, and this is a second DWI.
Oh, yes, Judge. I had filed of non-driving in this case. It was this week or last week.
Right, but I'd actually need to have an order removing the condition of ignition interlock and substituting the Smart Start Mobile for that as a condition. So if you can submit that, I'll go ahead and sign it, and then that can be effective as soon as it's signed.
Okay, Judge. So it's just an order removing interlock and substituting the Smart Start?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's because it's a second DWI. And
No, I understand. I just I think it's easier for probation to just send something that asks for that than for me to like draft and file stuff.
no, actually, it's
I
not
do
their
that.
job.
Well, I mean,
no, it's I have to get those from the attorneys. So.
no, I'm just looking at the easiest, most efficient way possible in I guess getting it resolved.
Yeah.
A lot easier when we were in the courthouse and we just printed out a B page and the judges just wrote stuff on it and that was it.
Yeah, right.
You know, so I will take care of this, but this isn't going to get done till Monday because I do have a heavy schedule for the rest of the week. So once that gets drafted, or am I e-filing it, or am I just emailing it to the court?
You can just send it to Aleda. I'll sign it, and then the clerks can file it and send a copy to pretrial.
Okay.
So everybody's on the same page. Okay.
All right, Judge. Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, great. Thank you. Ms. Russell, did you have a chance to confer?
We did, Judge, and I think we've reached an agreement. I obviously need to talk to my client, make sure it's okay with him, and then we'll figure out a date to come back in front of the court. I'm hoping sometime early next week.
Okay, great. All right. So then, I lost my train of thought. Who was that on?
That was on Raul
Cepeda.
Cepeda, Judge, the MTR we did prior to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I hope we can get that resolved so that we can just get it over with.
I agree. I think I'm not sure if other people are having the same issue, but if the clerks would tell us when they send that GPS order to the GPS office so that we can tell our clients to go, that would help solve a lot of the problems.
Yeah, but the clerks don't work for the courts. So the
Yeah.
clerks work for the county clerk, and they do not initiate any orders. And
Right. No, I'm not saying that they initiate the orders, but that order has to be sent to GPS, the GPS office,
right.
by
Yeah.
the clerk, and no one tells us when that happens. That seems to be
Right.
the primary problem.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I think the better way is just to send all that stuff to Aleda, because Aleda's really good about making sure everything, all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Okay.
I can definitely work on that.
Not that she doesn't have enough to do, but but she's very reliable.
Aleda, Judge just signed you up for more.
Oh, don't tell her, please.
I'm sure she knows.
She does. You take
All
care.
right. Well,
Miss
thank you
Russell.
very much, Judge. I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay. I think we are done. Aren't we, Aleda?
We are done, Judge, and
Okay.
if we don't need to be in YouTube, I do have a couple of questions.
Okay.